Greetings at Cheating Story Lab. If you're a first-time visitor, don't forget to subscribe and share your location in the comments below. Have you ever had that intuition that something was amiss, despite being advised to trust? Share your experiences in the comments section. I'm David, and 2 years ago, I believed my marriage with Nadia was flawless. We had been together for 8 years, married for 5. She was a marketing executive, while I worked in IT consulting. We recently moved into our ideal house in these suburbs. Everything seemed perfect on the surface. What appeared to be perfect should have raised doubts, and it began with minor inconsistencies. Nadia started working late more frequently, returning home between 10 or 11, exhausted and seldom talking. When I'd inquire about her day, she'd provide vague responses regarding client meetings and deadlines. Despite my trust in her, doubts crept in as business trips, weekend conferences, emergency client visits followed. With her colleague Kieran, whom I met only once at a corporate event, Nadia often accompanied. A pleasant individual, somewhat excessively charming according to her, but she insisted he was just a work acquaintance. The warning sign should have been her immediate defensiveness when I suggested installing a security system due to some break-ins in the neighborhood. It seemed logical, yet she reacted angrily, claiming I was being paranoid and didn't want cameras monitoring her every action within her own home. In retrospect, I should have heeded the inner voice, but I was blinded by my love for her, trusting her completely. The truth surfaced in a rather ordinary manner. One Tuesday, recuperating from food poisoning while working at home, I heard our bedroom door slam upstairs. Nadia had left for work hours earlier, or so I believed, and I cautiously ascended the stairs, thinking we might have an intruder. The bedroom door was locked from within. Voices emanated, Nadia's and a man's voice unfamiliar to me, sending my heart racing. For approximately 10 minutes, the intense pounding made me fear it might burst. In my bedroom, I could discern the specific activities occurring. Upon hearing them preparing to depart, I hurriedly retreated downstairs and feigned slumber on the couch. First was she, planting a kiss on my forehead and murmuring about work. 5 minutes later, an outdoor car door slammed, revealing from the window a black sedan driving off, not Kieran's vehicle. This discovery prompted me to act decisively, altering everything. I summoned assistance from friend Marcus, who operated a private security firm. In just 2 days, concealed cameras were set up throughout the residence. Only in common areas, I assured myself. However, what unfolded on screen was far more horrifying than anticipated. It wasn't just one man. For the following 3 weeks, I observed my spouse invite 3 distinct males to our residence, various rooms such as the bedroom, kitchen, living room. Occasions ranged from her alleged work hours to weekends when she claimed to be at the gym or running errands. Yet, what haunts me most is that it was all planned. She had a systematic approach. She'd text them upon my departure for work, scheduled them around my meetings, possessed an intimate knowledge of my calendar, and I realized too late that Kieran was not the one I should have suspected. The decisive moment arrived when I identified one of the men. It was Vincent, my brother-in-law, Rachel's husband, and my former best man at our wedding. When I recognized him, I knew it was time to act. I reached out to a divorce attorney, presented her with the evidence, and started compiling records. Patricia Chun, my attorney, was exceptional. She guided me through my choices and readied me for what lay ahead. But then the narrative took an unexpected turn. Upon confronting Nadia, she didn't deny it nor shed tears. Instead, she appeared indifferent, stating, "I merely waited for you to discover the truth." It felt like a game, as if she had been anticipating my detection. At that moment, she disclosed the financial matter. As I worked tirelessly for 12-hour shifts to secure our dream home, she methodically drained our shared savings account, transferring funds to accounts I was unaware of. She had meticulously planned this for months, yet I possessed something she wasn't aware of. The cameras weren't solely capturing videos. They were cloud-based and auto-saved to a secure server. Regardless of her potential destruction of the physical cameras, the evidence remained safe. The divorce mediation was intended to be civil, but I held an unexpected advantage. Those cameras not only documented videos, but also backed up to a secure server. Mediation specialist Thomas Wright, a gentlemanly figure, persistently emphasized seeking shared ground and fair asset distribution. Nadia portrayed herself as wronged, claiming neglect, emotional unavailability, and her entitlement to half of what they jointly constructed. Mr. Wright reciprocated, advocating a 50-50 division of assets, stating, "In this complex situation, David, marriage requires reasonableness." It was then that I unveiled video evidence on my laptop, omitting personal moments but displaying instances where she clearly collaborated with multiple men, handled money, and mocked my ignorance over the phone. The room fell silent. Mr. Wright paled, and Nadia stiffened. Upon playing the audio from when I found out Vincent was involved, the discussion revolved around them planning to disclose their broken marriages to my sister, contingent upon settling the assets from both divorces. They weren't merely engaged in an affair. They aimed to dismantle two families while amassing as much wealth as feasible. At that moment, Mr. Wright rose and stated he needed to summon security, not due to me, but because of what the footage revealed. He expressed his inability to mediate a case potentially involving fraud and conspiracy. Nadia's lawyer attempted to challenge the legality of the recordings, but Patricia was well prepared. In our state, recording within one's own home is lawful even when the other party is unaware. Within 2 hours, I received texts from Vincent admitting everything. He was distraught over the prospect of Rachel viewing the footage. He pleaded with me not to ruin his family as well. But remember this: betrayal doesn't only injure the betrayed person. The effects spread, causing harm to all. I showed Rachel the video. She should have known. She deserved autonomy over her marriage decision. Currently, Vincent and Rachel are divorced. Surprisingly, she's improved more than anticipated. She thanked me for my honesty, even though it shattered her life. Nadia, however, received nothing. Our watertight prenuptial agreement worked against her as her attempts to conceal assets backfired. She lost everything: job, possessions, and position when her company discovered her affair with Vincent, who was also one of their major clients. I retained the house, savings, and my integrity. Yet, I lost something too. I lost the capacity for unwavering trust. I lost my innocence in believing that love alone could keep someone loyal. Some nights, I wander through that house, recalling our past happiness or what I thought was our happiness. It's challenging to distinguish truthful memories from intricate deceptions. The security cameras remain intact. Even though I no longer require them, the cameras still offer me a sense of security. It's as if they shield me from ever experiencing blindness again. People often question whether I have regrets about installing those cameras or uncovering the truth. In reality, I regret not trusting my intuition earlier. I also regret granting someone the authority to make me doubt my own observations. The mediator was correct in one aspect: I needed to be rational. However, being reasonable doesn't mean letting someone mistreat you. At times, being reasonable means safeguarding yourself with truth, no matter how painful it may be. If you've reached this point, thank you for lending an ear to my tale. If your situation or relationship struggles mirror mine, I hope my story serves as a reminder that your instincts often know more than your heart is willing to acknowledge. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who might benefit from hearing this account. Have you ever felt uneasy about a situation, despite others urging you to trust and move on? Let me know below. Until then, stay tuned for more in the next video.